Hello and welcome to Monday's vlog. Today I'll be doing a short review of Gabriel Knight's Sins of the Fathers, and I will be talking about Hitchcock movies. Today I didn't know what to do, what map to choose. Let's just get into first person view. Because yes, as you can see, I am on a server. I didn't know because the game, I was looking for New Orleans map to play, but since Gabriel Knight takes place in New Orleans, but there isn't any apparently in any New Orleans maps, Minecraft maps. So I chose just to go to have something random to show off. I am right now on LD Shadow Lady's server. I'm actually going to turn off the chat because I don't want to have other people be in my video involuntarily. So yeah, I'm on LD Shadow Lady's server. LD Shadow Lady is another Minecrafter. She does some great videos. Been subscribed to her in a while. But yeah, let's just get going. Just a minute. I have to scratch my cheek. That's a bit better. So yeah, let's talk about Gabriel Knight Sins of the Fathers, which is a traditional point and click adventure of the suspense kind of borderlining into horror. And this is a very, very nice game. It's actually one of the most famous games, adventure games. It's one of the most, and the series, which is a part of, it's the first of a trilogy. It actually is one of the most famous and most popular adventure game series. Now, the game takes place in New Orleans, and you control Gabriel Knight, who is an author slash detective. Well, he is a kind of not a detective, but he's trying to figure out crimes and stuff too for his book, and he gets involved with a crime about some voodoo murders in New Orleans, in the outskirts of New Orleans. And the game is really awesome. You have to, like, gather clues and talk to people. And what make this game stand out to, I don't want to go this way, to most other adventure games, is that the things in this game is actually pretty simple to figure out. Not that I'm saying it's an easy game, but it's not. In many adventure games, it's kind of like something silly that you have a hard time figuring out. In this, Gabriel Knight is more on the realistic side. It does become a little unrealistic, but it is a lot of the gameplay is very realistic. It's all based. The one thing that made the Gabriel Knight series famous is that it's based on real legends, real myths, real urban legends, and stuff like that. All of the games were this way. The game is one of the first games to star famous actors. We have, as Gabriel Knight, we have Tim Curry, which is an amazing actor. I really love Tim Curry. Oh, probably shouldn't jump. Oh, that's an airship. Tim Curry as Gabriel Knight, as his assistant, which I can't remember what the name was, but she is played by, her name is Grace. She's played by Leah Remini. I think Remini is the right name. Who I really never cared much about her as an actress, mostly because I kind of hated her in The King of Queens. But I guess in the Saved by the Bell, I actually liked her. And then we have, as a police detective called Mosley, we have Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill. Oh. And finally, in a smaller role, we have the then not very well known Michael Dawn, who is mostly known for playing. Oh. For playing Worf in Star Trek The Next Generation and Star Trek Deep Space Nine. So it's a pretty good cast. Leah Remini, I guess, wasn't really that famous at the time either. Like I said, it's the first in a trilogy, and I actually own the other two games, which is The Beast Within and Blood of the Sacred, Blood of the Damned, but I've never completed those. I will at some time, and I'll probably do a review of them then. The Beast Within was actually declared the second best adventure game ever by the web page, it's called Adventure Gamer, which is a really great site if you want to explore old and new adventure games. But yeah, Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, is an amazing, fully voiced adventure game with lots of great acting, great dialogue, great story, and really beautifully made for its time, and really, really interesting story. Now, the reason I chose Hitchcock was not because Hitchcock has done, even though Gabriel Knight series has some supernatural elements in it. It does also have suspense, and who is better than at suspense than Mr. Hitchcock himself? That's right. So I'm gonna talk about five. I've chosen 5 Hitchcock movies, and these are all well-known Hitchcock movies. And to be honest, other than these 5, I think I've seen only 2 or 3 more. Because even though I like Hitchcock, I haven't really seen that many of his movies still. So let's start off with the one of the 5 that I like the least, and that's actually Psycho. Now, saying that, I do enjoy Psycho. I think Psycho is an amazing movie, but it is a little different than most of the other things Hitchcock has done. And I don't think I need to talk that much about Psycho. It was groundbreaking, I guess. No, I don't know. It was a really ground-moving, I guess would be the right word, movie when it came out. Nothing that anybody'd seen before. Like, for instance, the fact that they killed off the main character very shortly into the movie. And the scene itself, which has been copied millions of times, is a very iconic scene. It has, I can't remember how many cuts that are actually in that scene, but this is a supermarket. I don't want to be here. But that scene is really brilliantly made, and all the amount of cuts in that scene was not something that you'd. There we have LD Shadow Lady. That's her. Her Minecraft self. It does look like what she looks like in real life too, actually. A little bit, at least. But yeah, Psycho is an amazing movie with some really new stuff which you hadn't seen at the moment. But like I said, it's far from his best. And the next movie I'm going to talk about is Strangers on a Train. And this is a story that has been copied basically all of Hitchcock's stories, especially, well, at least the motive of his stories, I don't know what the hell to call it, has been copied again and again. But Strangers on a Train is basically 2 people meet on a train, and they are strangers. Wow. And the idea, the plot of the movie is that these 2 both have a person in their life that they would like to see dead, or at least joke about it. Because the fact is that one of these guys on the train takes the other guys way too seriously. They plan to murder. They talk about, there's a fire in that hot air balloon. They talk about killing each other's, I can't remember if it's their spouses or whatever, but at least they're killing one of the other person's friends or spouses or something like that, so that it wouldn't be traced back to the original person, because they were strangers. They didn't know each other. They didn't know the people they were killed, so there wouldn't be any suspects. But one of the persons takes it too literally, while the other thought they were just kind of discussing the idea. It's an amazing movie, and like I said, it's seen before, after lots of times. There was a movie with Billy Crystal and Danny DeVito, which was kind of a copy of the movie. I can't remember what was called. Throw Mama off the train, I think. Not sure. Next up, we have Vertigo. Vertigo stars one of my all-time favorite actors, which is James Stewart. I am a huge fan of James Stewart, and there's nothing in this way either. What the hell? But yeah, I'm a huge fan of James Stewart, and Vertigo is an amazing movie. It's about a cop who, while chasing a criminal, almost dies from falling from a tall building, and unfortunately causes another guy to fall that tries to rescue him to fall from that building. So he suffers from vertigo, which is I guess it's a kind of fear of height where you get dizzy when in heights. I guess that's the right way to describe it. But this, of course, comes into play throughout the movie. But the main story of the movie is actually that one of the main stories is that he is hired to follow a woman for a guy, and well, I'm not gonna. It's a really complicated movie, like most of Hitchcock's movies are. So let's just say that everything isn't what it seems, as it seems, I guess would be the right word. Oh wait, I already been this way. So I don't think there's really that much more to tell about that movie, but it is once again, it's James Stewart, Jimmy Stewart. He is an amazing actor, one of the best actors that ever lived, and he gives an amazing. Excuse me, I burped. He gives an amazing performance in this movie. The next and second to last movie I'm going to talk about is North by Northwest. Now this is the classic story of a mistaken identity. A story we've seen so many times, but this is probably one of the earliest, at least one of the earliest that made the genre famous. That guy is followed by a bat. That is kind of scary. Or spooky, I don't know. But yeah, this guy is mistaken for a secret agent. And whoa, once again, I don't want to spoil too. Okay, explosions. I don't want to spoil too much of the story because I myself like to get into a story when I watch a movie. I actually like to know the less I know, the better the experience, in my opinion. So, not really gonna say much more about it, other than it being the classical story of mistaken identity with Cary Grant. I think. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna say about it. Watch it. It's amazing. You've seen the classic. One scene from that movie has been remade again and again, and that's the classical airplane chasing a guy through a field scene. That's amazing. It's an amazing movie. Sorry, it's hard to talk about Hitchcock movies actually because you don't want to reveal too much. I don't know how much has been revealed to me before I watched the movie, so I don't want to do the same again because sometimes, like I said, it's better to go completely blind into a movie, and so therefore it might seem that I'm not really saying that much about the movies, but in my opinion, that's for the best. The last movie I'm going to talk about is, in my opinion, Hitchcock's best movie, and once again, it stars Jimmy Stewart. And therefore, now people have probably already guessed which movie it is. It is, in fact, Rear Window. How the fuck do I get up from here? Oh, warp. Spawn center. Warp. I think this is actually a PvP area. Oh, thank you. But yeah. the movie Rear Window. Under construction. What the fuck? A movie about a guy played by Jimmy Stewart. Ooh, from a new place. Who sits. Oh, this is back where I came from. This is the beginning of the level. the level, the world. The Jimmy Stewart plays a guy who sits in a wheelchair with a camera and takes pictures. And one day he sees something strange going on over by his neighbor, and he is convinced that his neighbor has killed his wife and trying to get rid of the body. And of course, everybody of his friends and Grace Kelly. I can't remember what she plays if she's his girlfriend. I think she plays his girlfriend. But Grace Kelly, yeah, she of course at first does not believe it, but gets more and more into it. It's the ultimate peeping Tom movie without the sex. Uh, but yeah, Rear Window is probably the best Hitchcock movie ever, and one of the best movies ever. Period. It's been remade. Haven't seen any of the remakes. It was remade with Christopher Reeve. I think that was the only reason they did it was because they wanted to give Christopher Reeve a role. This was after he got in the wheelchair, so there wasn't really that many roles he could do, and I guess they wanted to give him a last chance. Well, they didn't actually know that he would die back then, I guess. I never seen it, but I doubt that it's anywhere as good as the original. And it was also remade as, I think, the movie called... I don't know what it's called. There was a movie with Shia LaBeouf. Ugh, that guy. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, and I don't care. But yeah, a movie starring Shia LaFuck about pretty similar concept, and I think that actually also was a remake of Rear Window. Not sure though. But I think that's it for this time. I'm gonna do a quick you know, what's it called? I forgot the word. A quick recap, I guess you could call it. That wasn't the word I was looking for, but summoning up, I guess. On what I said. Ooh. Oh. Well, first we talked about Gabriel Knight's Sins of the Fathers, traditional point-and-click point-and-click suspense adventure game. One of the best adventure games ever made, not just according to me, but according to a lot of people. Then I talked about Hitchcock movies, and I know I was very vague when talking about these, but that's because I don't want to reveal too much. Hitchcock movies, you should watch Hitchcock movies with as little knowledge as possible about these movies. But here are the movies I recommended: Psycho, Strangers on a Train, Where to Go, North by Northwest, and Rear Window. Now, only the last three of them, I said, Where to Go, North by Northwest, and Rear Window, is on my list of favorite movies. Not saying that Strangers on a Train and Psycho isn't good. They are, believe me, definitely. And there's the sun. But I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna link to my movie list on IMDb, so go there, check it out, see if there's anything you like. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. If you have anything to say, if you just want to say that I made a great video, go ahead. If you said, and I'm gonna, holy shit, I'm gonna kill myself right now. Whoa. And yeah, and I'll see you next time for more vlogging, and I'll see you tomorrow for more gaming. Oh yeah, remember, my new show, the Mikkel Frost Show, first episode tomorrow. Be there or don't be there. That's basically the two options you have. So, hard dude joined the game, and I think that's a sign for me to leave. I'll see you next time. Bye.